I'm upset.
Come at it.
The maniac.
Good evening, good people. It is I, the Maize Madman. I'm upset.
I want you to put the word out there that we back up. Understand me? We back up.
We back up, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, the Maize Madman. Good evening, good people. I'm here with my guy.
The maniac.
And of course,
Kinetic.
and then we got
your boy Lips Max.
Yes.
your boy Lich Max.
I like that.
I like that. That's good. Lich Max is going to be taking care of us backstage. Any questions, direct them to Lich Max. Will be in the chat as well. Lich, we appreciate you, sir. Take care of business. All right.
Yeah.
We are here, ladies and gentlemen, on this fine Monday. This beautiful Maize Monday. As you can see, by the way, you like what we're doing here? Maize out Mondays now. Maize out Mondays. You see my guy's background. Anyway, let's get to it. We got things to talk about today, starting with Michigan landing elite 2027 quarterback Peter Bork earlier today. Can we get a Ric Flair woo?
I'm the best there is. Woo! 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 Woo!
You probably saw it. I dropped the video earlier. I'm sure other people dropped videos. Peter Bork, elite quarterback out of Massachusetts, is in the 2027 class. This is important, in my opinion, because we have a quarterback early in the 27 class. You can start building that class around the quarterback now. We all know the quarterback's the most important position on the field. He's also the most important position in recruiting because kids want to play with elite quarterbacks. Maniac, what's your thoughts?
No, first and foremost, just like you mentioned, quarterback is the most important, and most recruiting classes start with the quarterback and they build around that, right? He's like, listen, we know we got Brady Smigel, right?
Smigel.
All right, Smigel. We know what we have in the clip right now. We about to unleash them in a couple of weeks, but you have to consistently recruit at a high level, especially at the quarterback position, for the simple fact that if you want to compete for natties, you must have top-tier quarterbacks year in and year out. I love it. Hopefully, again, in this day and age, fellas, that's still 2 years away. A lot could happen, but as of right now, shout to, Peter Bork, and hopefully he stays on board, man.
Absolutely. Kinetic, what's your thoughts?
I mean, I think it's awesome. Dude's a baller. He fits the profile of what Chip Lindsey likes to run with at quarterback, even more so than Brady Smigel. I no shade at Brady Smigel. I think he's a good quarterback, but this guy fits that Drake May mold,
Right.
that Chip loves to run with. And I mean, he's athletic. He's got some speed, some escapability. I heard someone earlier say that he's kind of like the perfect mix of JJ McCarthy and Drake May, which if that's the case, let's go. Like Maniac was saying, I'm always a little skeptical when we get someone committed this far ahead, but assuming that we can hang on to him, getting the quarterback in the class this early, letting him build the entire class around him the way JJ did, the way that Smigel's doing. I mean, it's huge. It's huge to have a top end recruiting class. I'm with it. I like this kid. And again, I'm like a lot of guys. It seems like in the Michigan community in our chat, on X. I had heard his name, but I didn't really know a lot about him until the smoke started coming out a couple days ago. And when I looked him up, man, I mean, you can see it right here on the screen. It's pretty damn good.
1000%, man. So he's definitely a quarterback. I talked about this in the video that I made. Can make all of the throws. He's got, like you said, adequate athleticism. Here's a thing that we need to talk about, though, man. Michigan was in on at least 3 top 10 quarterbacks in the 27 class, including the number 1 quarterback in the 27 class, Elijah Haven out of Louisiana. Malachi Ziegler, also out of Louisiana. Michigan was in on, who is ranked 1 notch below Peter Bork on that top 10. What do you guys think this means for those guys? Obviously, for Ziegler, it looks like he's going to go ahead and go to SMU, as Michigan and SMU were his top 2. But for Elijah Haven, this becomes very interesting for a couple different reasons, not just for the Peter Bork reason in 27, but also for the Donald Taburn reason in 28. Donald Taburn is the top-rated quarterback in the state of Michigan in 28. He's the top-rated player in Michigan in 28. And not to say that he's automatically going to get the job over a guy like Bork or even Brady Smigel, who should still be there. But what does that mean, that competition level, mean for those two guys? And break that down for us.
Yeah, I think Michigan is going to stay aggressive, right? We just saw an example of that with Brady Hart, Carter Smith, right? And who we end up getting, Bryce Underwood. So I think, listen, man, it's a first come, first serve, right? You got to get them while they there. You want to commit to Michigan, come in now. We know Elijah Haven, like you mentioned, the guy is just, bro, it's like he's an animal. Right? Who doesn't want him? I mean, he pretty much got an offer for every school. But I think that's not going to stop Michigan for trying to go after him. Because, again, what's going to play the biggest part in most of these recruits? Recruiting. NIL. Something Michigan could compete with any school in the country, hands down. So I don't really see that it's going to be a big issue. I mean, it does kind of throw a wrench in things because you're like, But you know what? It's like this. Let me give you a perfect example. You at the club, right? You at the club. You're looking at that 10, right? You're looking at that 10. I need that 10. But listen, if that 8.5 is ready to go home with me, I'm going to put that on the side. I know, right? I know if he's there. I'm going to still go for that 10. But, hey, at the end of the day, I don't lose going home with an 8.5.
Right. No doubt. Kinetic, what's your thoughts?
I mean, I know Elijah Haven is the number 1 recruit still, I think, for the class.
Yeah.
I think he's a harder pull than Bork. I think he's a less certain pull. And I think that while I do agree that Haven is the number 1, I don't think the gap between him and Bork is as big as it looks like with the ratings right now. I think you're going to see Bork get raised up the ratings. I see a lot of people predicting he's going to be a 5-star. So I don't think the gap is huge there. And while I wouldn't, just like other schools are not going to stop communicating with Bork, I wouldn't stop communicating with Haven, but I also wouldn't push Bork away if he's a sure thing to try to go after Haven, because like I said, I don't think the gap is that large.
Yeah. Which again could be absolutely right. 2 minutes remaining on this topic, gentlemen. I'll say this: I am happy with Bork. If we don't get another quarterback in 2027, I'm okay with that. If we get one of those other guys in 27, doesn't look like it'll be Ziegler. But if Haven does commit to Michigan in 27, I'd be okay with that. But I also want to keep an eye out on Taburn. I think Taburn's more important.
We're still good with Taburn. I don't think this affects Taburn at all. In fact, I
don't think this does. But I think if you get 2 of them, that affects them.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't take 2. I wouldn't take 2.
But again, so that's an interesting thing. I mean, we got 20 seconds here, but look, actually, I think we got 1:20. But all right, anyway, if you have the, what do they call that? Chickens in hand or something like that. I'm messing this analogy up. I know it. you don't take that. You let one go to
For me personally, I think the way to go about recruiting now is
Right.
you go after you take one quarterback in the recruiting class, and if you need a second one for some reason, for one reason or another, that's where you go to the portal.
Gotcha.
I just think it's with the way the portal is right now. There's no need to double up on quarterbacks in one class and potentially cause those ripple effects.
A bird in the hand is better than two in the bush. Yeah, something like that. When George say fool me once.
I've heard that before, but this is the first time I've actually thought about it. What is that from?
I don't know.
How does that even make sense?
Fool me twice, but you won't fool me again. All right, we got to move on, gentlemen. People in the chat, let us know what you think. You taking Elijah Haven if he's available, or do you wait for Tabor and let us know in the chat? AP top 25, ladies and gentlemen, that just dropped. Michigan at number 14, just like they were in the coaches poll, right? Top 25. This time, top 25 in. Thank you for sharing that. Did I do that or did somebody else do that?
It wasn't me.
All right. Anyway, but yeah, we should probably zoom in on this a little bit. Michigan again, number 14 in this poll, just like they were in the coaches poll. The last time that Michigan was number 14 in a preseason poll, Kinetic, tell us what happened.
That would have been the 1997 season, and it ended with the Maize and Blue and the national championship trophy.
Absolutely, 1,000%. Let's go through this really quick. All right. Number 1, Texas. We got any problems with that?
No.
Chat, we got problems. Maniac, you good with that?
Yeah, I'm fine, man. Listen, preseason rankings mean absolutely nothing.
Right.
How many times, year in and year out, top 10 teams, maybe 6 of those top 10 end up outside of the top 25 when the season ends, or even close to top 25. So, again, it means absolutely nothing. We go in there, just handle business, and everything to take care of itself.
Absolutely. In fact, I saw a stat earlier today that said of all the teams ranked in the preseason 16 through 25 last year, only one of those teams finished in the top 25, and that was Miami, who finished at 18. So keep that in mind. Real quick, we'll go through this top 10 real quick. Y'all let me know in the chat. You guys let me know if you have any problems with it. Texas, number 1. Penn State and James Franklin at number 2. The other state and Ryan Day at number 3. Clemson and Dabo, 4. 5 is Kirby and Georgia. 6, Notre Dame. 7, Oregon. Alabama at 8, 9, LSU, and then Miami rounds out that top 10. Any problems with any of those teams, Kinetic?
I got a problem with James Franklin at number 2. Not a problem with Penn State at number 2. Just James Franklin. I also, me personally, I would put Oregon, Bama, and LSU above Notre Dame going into the season. I think they've got better rosters. I think they've got better coaches. Don't get me wrong. I like Marcus Freeman, but I actually am higher on Lanning, DeBoer, and as much as I hate to admit it, Kelly, than I am Marcus Freeman right now. But I think that LSU has one of the most talented rosters in the country. I think Oregon is a little bit underrated. I really like Dante Moore.
Hey, let's drop the banner so we can see Kinetic real quick. But go ahead. Keep going, Kinetic.
Yeah, no, I was just saying, if it were me, I would move Notre Dame down to 9, and just shift the rest of them up.
Okay, Maniac, what you think?
Yeah, I really, again, like I mentioned before, as far as the top 10, I think that's pretty, it's pretty accurate. Obviously, one, 2, maybe 3 of those teams are really gonna have a mid-season, which occurs every year. But I think it's fair. Penn State, again, it makes sense to me, right? Because again, they are the preseason favorites to win the Big Ten. Why would they be behind Ohio State if they the favorites to win the Big Ten? Right. Obviously, they picking them to even be better than OSU and obviously everyone in the Big Ten. So I'm okay with that. Again, I think one thing we're going to see moving forward, and we saw this last year, is parity in college football. There will be no dominant team. So I think from 1 to 20, it ain't going to be a huge gap, bro. I'm telling you. Not huge. There's going to be some gaps, but not as huge as it was in the past. When Alabama was number 1, you was like, bro, yeah, they number 1. This,
right.
it could go either way. And we're going to see, man. Week 1, we got number 1 versus number 3. So we're going to find out a lot about both those teams early.
Yeah. So these are my thoughts. I disagree with Kinetic on Notre Dame and Marcus Freeman. I mean, the dude just did. He was just in the national championship. Granted, James Franklin rolled out the red carpet for threw rose petals down, gave him a guide. He had a mat to the thing. All of that is true, but he did make it to that point in the season. Also, I get to Notre Dame needs to join a conference. They're kind of.
I don't respect their schedule. I don't respect their schedule, and I just don't think that their roster top to bottom is better than those other 3.
1000% understand that. But he is already done what Brian Kelly said. He couldn't do. Although Brian Kelly did that thing, which is weird. Brian Kelly was just trying to make excuses for himself to go to LSU. We get it. So I wouldn't have LSU ahead of them at this point, but that's to each their own. My guy Dom says the other state doesn't belong in the top 5. Anybody disagree? Agree with that?
You know me, how I feel about Ohio State. I feel they should be ranked 45th in the country, if you ask me. No, but no, in all reality, everyone knows me, how I, go in on them. But truth is, they're definitely, I don't know if they're a top 5 team, though, because, again, this is just projecting, right? Are they a talented team? Absolutely. But they haven't done anything. There's a lot of unproven on that team. And you got a first-time OC, right? And you have a DC coming from the NFL. Now, not saying that Ohio State won't be a top 5 team when it's all said and done, but right now it's debatable. But, speaking to OSU fans, forget about it. Based on talent, yes, put them top 5. But they haven't proved anything. So if they have them outside the top 5, I wouldn't be mad at all.
I think if you're looking at their recruiting class rankings for the last 3 years, whatever, then you put them in the top 5. But I think when you look a little bit deeper, probably not a top 5 team. I don't really think Ryan Day is a good coach. I think he's very soft. I think the team takes after their coach, and I think he's soft. I think they're talented, but I also don't like their coaching staff. I don't think Day's good. I don't think Patricia's good. I think Hartline's limited, and I think that they lost a lot this past season. And they have uncertainty at the quarterback position. So I think they're probably a little overrated based on this. But when you look at their roster on paper, it says top 5 team.
Tell us how you really feel, Kinetic. What? Listen, Ryan Day at this point, he's got to be considered at least a good coach. Yes. I know
I think
blasphemous to say. No, he's very soft. He's definitely that. But them being in the top 3, it just seems like a yearly, it's a annual thing for them, I guess. But they got to play Michigan at Michigan, and that's also annual. Not necessarily at Michigan, but that L. All right, so 2 minutes left on this. Let's go through this 11 through 25 really quick. Arizona State, I feel like that's kind of high, but I know Kinetic, I believe you had them winning, or Maniac, you had them winning that conference.
Yes.
Illinois at 12 also feels high to me. South Carolina, Michigan at 14, Florida at 5, and then let's stop right there at 15. Any problems there?
I would swap Florida and Illinois. I think Illinois is overrated. I like Luke Altmaier, but I don't think he's an NFL quarterback, and I don't see a whole lot of breakout or like stars on their team. I also don't really like Brett Bielema, so I think Florida's a better team. I think DJ Lagway is a better quarterback. I would swap those two.
Yeah,
No doubt.
I would say I'm okay with Illinois getting that hype early because of how they finished last season. They went 10-3 and they beat South Carolina, a team that a lot of people are highly on in the SEC this season. So and both those schools had like their starters playing. So it wasn't like it was one of those old kind of bowl games where nobody really sits out. So I think, but again, you got to prove it. You got to do it again. Consistency is everything. So, Brent Bielema, I know he definitely comes off like an a-hole. I don't like him, but, he's still a good coach. He's a solid coach, and we'll see what he's about, man. This is a big season. He got a lot of talent returning, and there's no excuse for him.
And I will say, I know we stopped at 15, but I would swap Kansas State and Arizona State personally.
Actually, I was going to request another 2 minutes because we do need to get through the top 25. Give us 2 more minutes. We're already breaking the rules, ladies and gentlemen. The rules are meant to be broken, just as Connor Stallions.
That rule lasted in a whole 21 minutes.
That's a fact. Look, I think I'm with Connecticut. I'd swap Florida and Illinois, not because I hate Brett Bielema, but I just think it's Illinois. They didn't lose a lot. I think they're bringing back like 80-something% of their production.
Yes.
Yeah,
or
bringing back 85%
of the roster
of an okay team doesn't mean make
they lost the running back. They lost the running back, I think, to Georgia.
Wins.
So that's a big loss. But I would swap Florida and Illinois. I also now let's get to this. Let's get to 16 through 25 because we don't have a lot of time to talk about this. All right.
May's already hating that clock.
I hate this. It seems like it's going fast as hell. All right. Boise State at 25 is a joke to me. Let me start there. Boise State should not be ranked. They lost their entire offense last year with one guy. That's number one. Tennessee, way down at 24. I think this is right. Texas Tech, I would have high. Or no, I'm sorry. I'm looking at Texas A&M. Texas A&M, I think, should be higher. Texas Tech is shocking, but they're spending a lot of money down there and wherever the hell that is in Texas. And that's about it. Indiana probably shouldn't be top 25 either. Let me know what you guys think.
Yeah, go ahead, Connecticut.
I mean, I'd probably, like I said, I'd swap Kansas State and Arizona State. Texas A&M, I think, is fine. They could go up a spot or two. Indiana, I'd drop back a spot or two. Ole Miss, you never know really what to expect from Lane Kiffin. I think Iowa State's going to be pretty good, so I'd probably swap them with Indiana. I'd probably put Tennessee above Texas Tech. I think I'd put them right there with Ole Miss and Boise State. First of all, Genty was robbed, but they also lost their quarterback, who was really good. They lost a defensive end who was really good. I don't think they should be top 25 either.
Shot clock violation. Maniac, quickly, if you got anything.
Nah, I'm cool with that, man.
All right.
It's fine.
All right, man. Camp notes. The defensive backs coach and the wide receivers coach spoke to the media today about some of the guys. I was encouraged about what I heard. Can we drop that banner down just a little bit? Thank you. Let me know what you guys think. Let me start with this. Lamar. Actually, let's start with wide receiver. AJ Simpson, I believe is his name, is said to be explosive with the football. I like it. He's not a very big guy, but the fact that we have some explosion on the offense, especially at wide receiver or slot, wherever he plays, I am a fan of.
I thought it was Anthony Simpson.
Anthony, yeah, but I think it's AJ too.
Oh, okay, whatever.
Anthony AJ Simpson, that guy. I like what I'm hearing from there. Also, the fact that Donovan McCulley is the most physical wide receiver in the room. I like that a lot. He's 6'5". He's a big target. He needs to be physical. It's been a while since we had a guy, right, that can just get us a first down if we need it, whatever, on the outside. Talk to me, guys. What do you think?
Yeah, man. You know, we backstage. We spoke on the wide receiver room. You know, when was the last time we had a 1,000-yard receiver? You guys let it be known it was Jeremy Gallen in 2013, which is wow, that's 12 years ago. Do we have? I think McCulley does possess that potential to do so. And the word physical, you like to hear it, but we gotta see it. Right? We're not falling for it. Sorry, coaches. I love you. As you can see, bleed blue, but at the end of the day, we got to see it. But we do have an elite quarterback. He just has to prove it on the field that he's that guy, which I think we will have no problem. You know, I want to see, you know, I want to see Samaj Morgan step it up this year. Right, I consider him a leader now, especially in that wide receiver group. We need somebody to really be on these people's necks. Like, listen, this year we're not doing last year, so we need that leadership in that room, and it's a lot of talent. Right, we don't got no elite guys, no future first round picks in that room. Let's be clear, but we got guys that could ball out, and they talented and they fast. And when you add that with a offensive mind like Chip Linsley, good things bound to happen, right? And I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I really am, because it can't get no worse than last year.
That's a fact. Real quick before you go, Kinetic. Shout out to R Hull, 5824. Okay, Ryan. Shout out to Ryan. He gifted 5 Maize Madman memberships. Be sure to thank him in the chat. Ryan, you are a madman. We appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Go ahead, Kinetic.
Yeah, I mean, I like what I'm hearing. And I'm not saying that they're lying about Samaj, but I feel like I need to see Samaj prove it. Because they're talking Samaj up big time. I need to see it. I think McCulley is the real deal as far as the niche that we want him to fill on the team. I think he's the real deal there. Not saying he's an all conference, all American, national All-American wide receiver, but for the job we need him to fill, he's really good at it. Marsh, I think, is going to break out. I think he's going to really try to push somebody out by the end of the season for starting role. I think Marsh is that good. What's up with your boy, though? How come we still hear nothing about Amarian Stewart?
Hey, look, he might just be one of those guys that doesn't pan out. I was when Michigan recruited Amarian Stewart, I was a huge fan of his footwork. I saw him routing people up. I don't know. Maybe he just hasn't developed to the level that he needs to be. But you're right.
It feels like everybody that comes in, it feels like they just immediately leapfrog him.
Radio
we hear
silent.
about all these people, and we hear nothing on him.
Radio
I even hear people talking up Kendrick Bell more than I hear Amarian Stewart.
Kendrick Bell and what's my guy? He's a sophomore this year from same high school as Jaden Davis.
Channing Goodwin.
Channing Goodwin, right?
Yep.
Yeah, man. So definitely.
And of course, Browder, right? Browder is a freshman. You mentioned Kinetic Marsh. I expect in that red zone, tight end, Browder McCulley. McCulley. We get in that 10, we get in that 5. Right. I want to see fades to these guys. They big physical guys. Stop playing with me, man. Stop playing with me and stop playing with me. We better see that.
Right.
I don't want to see no fades. I'm sorry, there's Samaj Morgan in the red zone.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie though. That one-handed grab he got, that clip looked good. But like I said, I need to see it in a game. He needs to prove it.
Of course, you're right. Absolutely
Listen.
right. Absolutely right. It looks good, but it's just showing you, man. Listen, the talent is there. We just gotta get it to him. So Chip Linsley's scheme is gonna, I believe, is gonna work out for Michigan.
Pull up Johnny's comment.
We're gonna be an offensive juggernaut.
Before this, he said no more guys named Amorian.
No bueno. Yo, listen,
They cooking the Aryans. No Aryans.
fried rice. Yeah, man. But look, the bottom line is this: we was at the spring game, right? We kind of gave our thoughts on the wide receivers. You know, it was kind of really hard to tell because of the way Michigan does like a draft. It's not the ones versus the ones and the twos versus the twos. It's all mix and match. So what we're gonna see, man. This is why week 1 is crucial. Air it out. Air it out. It's hard to breathe when the football's in your mouth.
No, that's a fact, man. I am excited to see what we have on the outside. Obviously, McCulley's wearing number 1. It's a big deal at the University of Michigan to be a wide receiver, to wear that number. We all know that. And I hope I saw somebody in the comment mention it, we hope that it's not, just coach talk again, because we certainly got put in the trick bag a season ago. All right. We trying not to be in the trick bag again. But one of the things that I do like is some of this information that I'm getting is from players themselves, not just the coaches. So that is a plus to me. Players who play these positions who are talking about other guys at these positions, which leads me to believe that things are really, transpired in practice in a positive way. So keep that in mind. We got?
The DBs, right? We didn't speak about the DBs.
We did not speak about the DBs. Lamar Morgan spoke.
Cooking.
He definitely is. We'll get to that kinetic, the Hester transfer. The 2-minute warning has started. Okay, nickel. The big battle is at nickel. Let's put that banner up. Apparently, there is a battle at nickel between 3 guys: TJ Metcalf, Mason Curtis, and Zeke Berry. Now, all of these guys are going to play some other positions too. Cornerback for Zeke Berry, some safety for TJ Metcalf and Mason Curtis. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
Oh, man, listen, I wouldn't say we have the best secondary, but I think we're going to have the most versatile secondary in America. We just have guys that just could play all positions all over the field, and that is an absolute treat to have, right? Because my question to you guys was going to be, right, besides Brandon Hillman, who's going to start opposite of him? Is that going to be a TJ Metcalf? But again, he's fighting for that nickel position. Right, and we hearing my man Magnum, Jaden Magnum from Michigan State. He was a baller. He was injured last season. He's coming in, man. They say he's doing good. So look, man, Michigan secondary. We already know about my man Shamari Earls. He's gonna be a dog. Woof woof, and he come up and he there to lay the lumber. So. Our secondary, I'm not worried about it. I just hope that they get that continuity early on. There's no, confusion, and they everybody got to be where they got to be. We don't want to see last season. I want to see where we ended last season. I want to see the defense continue from there, especially the secondary.
1000%. Go ahead, Kinetic. You got anything?
Yeah, I got something. Can we fire whoever's idea this was for the 2-minute clock?
So the 2-minute clock is supposed, because we get 10 minutes, and then the 2 minute is supposed to be some overtime, which we've already destroyed, by the way.
But no, I mean, my thoughts are this: I've been saying since the spring game time. I thought the nickel was going to be a rotating group of personnel based on the coverage, based on the play, based on what kind of looks we're getting from the other team. I thought that you'd see more of like Hillman in there. They're going with Mason Curtis a lot more. Makes me think that they're going to have Hillman playing that hybrid linebacker role a little bit more with the 4-2-5. But I think if I had to say who I think is the starter at nickel, I'm going to put my money on TJ Metcalf. But I think you're going to see a rotation of Metcalf, Rod Moore when he comes back, especially as we're easing him in. Even Tevis Metcalf. Everything I've been hearing is that he's been showing out and playing corner and nickel too. I don't think they're going to move Zeke Berry back there. I think when they moved him to boundary last year and he showed out that they were happy with that and they want to keep him on the boundary. So I think it's going to be mostly TJ Metcalf, and then they're going to switch to the other guys for specific situations, packages, and looks.
Real quick, let me get some love to the chat real quick because I know we'll get right to you, Maniac. Shout out to my guy Troy GT. Where have you been? We haven't seen any satire in the joint. I've been looking forward to it. Shout out to GT.
He's been talking.
Keegan, Antoine. No, but his satire, the satire channel on the server. Doreen is here. My guy, the Dom father. Of course, if I missed you, it's not on purpose. Corey, Detroit Wolverine, Ryan Hull, Ralph, all you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. Go ahead, Maniac.
No, I was just saying there was a Tree Dog comment, and he's been throwing this name at me. It's a freshman. He's coming in, and I think he's gonna be another dog for Michigan. Does he see playing time this season? I think he does, but it's gonna be hard to crack that. Jordan Young, and he flipped from Clemson. Yeah. So if he balls out, I'm saying it now. Right, we're at August 11th. My man Tree Dog has been telling me. I mean, I like Young. I think his upside is great, but I don't know how much he's going to contribute to the team this season. But if he cook, give my man Tree Dog his credit. Same way we gave you your credit. Kinetic.
No doubt. Real quick, thank you to Magnetic 6112. We appreciate the $5 super chat. Shout out to the Don. Donovan Edwards' NFL debut was fire. In fact, he was the highest rated rookie running back in the preseason week 1, I guess. Season. Right. So congratulations to the Don.
Shout out to him, to Blake Corum, Mikey Sainristil, Hassan Haskins showing out for the Chargers. Our guy JJ showing out for the Vikings. The Wolverines in the NFL that have had a really good weekend this past weekend. So hopefully we see it continue.
That's a Snapple top fact. All right, let's move on, gentlemen. What we got next?
Oh, and hey, we can't forget Will Johnson. Already looking like he's going to be starting cornerback for the Cardinals and been showing out all camp and preseason.
Yeah. Will Johnson is him. We moved it. We passed all of this. We did all of this.
Yeah.
We need to go on to Gruden SEC.
Will Johnson, everyone knows, man. They could say what they want. If it wasn't for the injury, he's a top 10 pick. And guess what? Now that he's going to ball out in Arizona, all those teams that passed on him going to be crying. And it sucks because guess what? He's in my team's division. I'm a 49er fan for those that don't know. So I got to see him twice a year. No bueno.
Real quick. Posh, don't you come here recruiting G's Louise. G's Louise has an open invitation to be a member of the Maize Madman channel. Don't you come here recruiting her to the other side. I'm joking, by the way. It's all love. Let's go. Jon Gruden, ladies and gentlemen. A guy I'm very familiar with.
Yes.
Wants back into coaching. Not only does he want back into coaching, he specifically is dying to coach an SEC team. This according to Jon Gruden himself. Number one, do we want to see Jon Gruden coaching again? Number two, what SEC team do you think matches would be a good match for Jon Gruden?
I think, first of all, I don't understand why he wants to coach in the second best conference in college football. But yes, I want to see him coach again. And if I had to pick a team that would fit him in the SEC, I would say if things go poorly in Florida and Billy Napier gets fired, I think that would be the perfect fit for Jon Gruden.
Yeah.
I think he has some history with Tennessee. I don't think that
I don't think they're getting rid of hype.
Exactly. I don't think their coach is in any danger right now. So that shit might have sold. But I saw somebody mention LSU. Let me tell you, the way that the seat for Brian Kelly would be in fuego this season. After this season, if they don't make the playoff, that might be a destination for somebody, even if it's not Jon Gruden. But LSU, that job might be open.
I could also see him maybe if they end up getting rid of Beamer, not
in Kentucky.
No, not in Kentucky.
South Carolina.
Yeah,
getting rid of. I don't think they're going to get rid of him.
Well, so he was kind of on the hot seat last year, and then he kind of righted the ship in the second half.
He's recruited very well there. They be
kind of the same way that Billy Napier did, but they let Julian Walker get away. So and he's got his dad on staff.
They have two 5-stars that Michigan wanted have gone to South Carolina.
But I know last year the knock against Beamer was that he was underperforming with the talent that he had. Think about it. Nick Harbor's there, but like he's incredibly talented. But what has he done?
That's an interesting. I want to get to my guy E's comment in a section because I'm gonna push back on that a little bit. E. Shout out to Keegan though. Thank you for the $1.99 super chat. He says, "Let's get some super chats going." That's a fat thank you to my guy Keegan. All right, now bring AC the real up one time for me, please. Jon Gruden's the first Ryan Day. He inherited Tony Dungy's hard work. Now, I'm not going to disagree with that part. Yes, that team was on the verge of success. Absolutely. And I'm talking about Super Bowl success. Yes. However, Jon Gruden left a team of similar precipice, if you will, that was on the precipice of Super Bowl titles himself with the Raiders. He built that team. So I think it one hand kind of washed the other in that situation because Bill Callahan got it and drove the car off the road while, Jon Gruden got there and at least won Super Bowl.
Didn't he get traded to the team?
Yes, because my ex-owner, who is a legend, Al Davis is a legend, but he's also a madman, was a madman. Shout out to Al Davis.
How are you going to trade your head coach and then get beat by your head coach in the Super Bowl?
Bro, why they thought that wasn't going to happen is crazy to me, but I digress.
Yeah, but we know Jon Gruden, man. He's an excellent offensive mind. He has that good character. He's someone that brings energy. I think he will fit well in the college today. People will gravitate to him, his character, the way he is. So I think it'll be good for him. He wants to go into the SEC. Cool, I don't blame him. SEC, Big Ten. However, now, like I said earlier, parity. So it really doesn't matter. But I would say, and I know a lot of people ain't gonna like this, I would say the SEC is slightly a little more talented overall, not by much. It's very close. But again, they still get the best talent, for like the last 20 years. So,
right.
But regardless, he can't go wrong going to the Big Ten. But if I had to pick a team, right, to me that's going to fit Gruden into them, man, the SEC is dirty, man, so he'll be fine anywhere. But I think to me, like LSU, Florida, bro. Look, I'm gonna throw the curve. Georgia. I know Kirby ain't going nowhere unless he wants to leave. But Georgia with a J, not a G. Georgia.
I think if Bill Belichick can succeed at North Carolina the way he is, I think Gruden would kill it in the SEC.
1,000. Listen, I think Jon Gruden's a great coach. He's got some questionable, things that went on with the NFL. Whether or not you think he's a racist or not, I don't necessarily think he's a racist. But I saw G. Boulder's comment, and that does make sense, bro. If Jon Gruden can come back and get a job, Colin Kaepernick needs some level of reinstatement because he didn't even come out and say anything crazy against a certain group or person necessarily. That said, I don't want to get down that rabbit hole either. This isn't a political show. Watch CNN or Fox News for that. We are here talking football. Number one, thank you, Asian Posh. $4.99 super chat. She says, "Geez Louise, Michigan lady of Voice of College Football, DM me. Love y'all. Appreciate your support very, very much." Posh, we got love for you here.
Hey,
and
for
wish you
anyone that
nothing but
doesn't know,
success.
Posh is a co-host for the Ladies of College Football on Sunday nights. That's what she's talking about. Go check them out.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So someone got to send me that info. I want to take a look at it. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'll send you a link.
All right.
Yeah. Readings by Dom, my guy, the Dom father. He says less than 50% on likes is unacceptable. He's right. If you're on the app, top right, 3 dots. Look at him coaching you through it, guys. Then click the thumbs up. We can do better. That's a Snapple top fact. Listen to the good fella himself, Dom. All right. Ryan Hull is back at it. Donald Taburn recruiting. Okay, this is a good one. Donald Taburn is an absolute must get for Michigan. Number one, he is in the state of Michigan. Top of the line recruit. He's going to be one of the 100 best recruits, maybe one of the 10 best recruits in his class. He's already 6'4", almost 200 pounds. I think he is 200 pounds. He's going into his sophomore season, ladies and gentlemen. He plays quarterback. 6'4", let me repeat that, 200 pounds going into his sophomore season. He's going to be very, very good. But as you know, as some of you may not know, recruiting these young guys is kind of tricky. You can't do some of the things that you could do if they were juniors or seniors. But trust me, Michigan is all in on Donald Taburn, and they should be.
He's already got 22 offers.
And he should. He's going to have a lot more than that. Trust me.
His mailbox going to be flooded.
Absolutely. All right, what we got next? What we came here for tonight, SEC top 5, ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourselves. Before we get into that SEC top 5, I want to show y'all something. If I can pull these up. I know I downloaded them. We're going to get these on the screen just a second to show you what we've done so far. Let y'all know if which y'all agree with. Do y'all agree with us? Do you not agree with us? In terms of what we've done so far with the ACC and with the Big 12. We'll start with everybody's guy, Kinetic. Give me 1 second.
Yep, you're good.
Be able to share this here in a second. There we go. This is what Kinetic's done. Everybody see that? You see that? In the Big 12, Kinetic had K-State taking it all. Arizona State second, Iowa State, Utah, and then rounded out that top 5 with Oklahoma State, which I think about it. And then you move over to the AC. We did this last week. Clemson, Georgia Tech, Pitt, Miami, SMU in that order. I think all 3 of us took Clemson number 1, right?
Yeah.
Georgia Tech. This one is interesting. This one was interesting, but I could see it. Pitt, that's one. I think you're the only team that had Pitt at all in the top 5, which is a solid pick, especially if they are successful.
But
Miami
didn't like my list last week.
I mean, I don't like it either, if I'm being honest, but I'm trying to give you some credit here. Miami, SMU. Miami right there is a good choice. Did you choose Miami? I think I might have given you Miami.
No, I did. I chose
all right,
Miami.
cool. All right. Miami is a good one. I think they're going to be all right. All right. We're going to move on to my guy, your guy, everybody's guy, the Maniac's picks. Maniac is always pretty solid with these picks. I don't like his, though, because they're not mine. And here we go.
Yes.
He's got Arizona taking the Big 12, followed by Iowa State, Kansas State, Texas Tech, Baylor. On the other side, Clemson. Everybody took them. He's got Miami finishing second, followed by Georgia Tech, SMU, Florida State. So not too different from Kinetic's flipping some teams, I guess. Solid. You guys did a decent job, but it's too
Great.
bad that you didn't have the best picks. Because here are the best picks. And of course, they were picked by yours truly. I got Kansas State taking the Big 12, followed by BYU, Baylor, TCU, Arizona State. On the other side, I got Clemson taking it. I put Notre Dame here as a jab to Notre Dame because they need to join a conference, but they're the second best team in the ACC. Right now, they're an ACC team in my mind. Followed by Miami, Duke, surprise pick here, and then Florida State, who I think has somewhat of a bounce back season. Let everybody know what you guys think in the chat. Now let's get to these top SEC picks. I guess I should have done the tier list. The tier
made all those graphics and didn't even add our.
I didn't do the tier maker. Give me 1 sec.
All right.
I think it's good. It's good, right?
You setting it up?
I'm setting it up now. You guys, take it over.
If I could, I just like to ask the chat. I just put the link for my GoFundMe in the chat. A lot of you have been very generous to me for the last 10 months and helped me through keeping the bills paid. I did just have the next step where we're going to arbitration for me to get the disability, but it's still a couple months away. If anyone is able to help, whether it's to donate or share the link out or whatever, I could really appreciate it. Things are getting really tight for me right now, especially with trying to keep up with a way to be able to watch the games, to come on here and give you guys my analysis and opinions. So if anybody, is able to, please take a look at it, consider donating if you're able to, or even just sharing it out for me. I appreciate everyone that's helped. We're almost to the finish line. I just got to get a little bit further and we'll be there. So just want to say thank you to everyone in the chat.
Absolutely. Be sure to help out if you can. Kinetic in a tough situation right now. Lich Max, if you could pull up Antoine Johnson's comment, please. You see this, guys? I want y'all to read that.
Yo, Antoine.
Antoine knows ball. Period. All right, let's drop it.
Guy.
SEC top 5. Maniac, will start with you. Number 5 in your SEC top 5.
So my fifth, the top 5. The fifth best team in the SEC for me this upcoming season to me will be the Gamecocks of South Carolina.
Okay, I like this.
They ended the season good. They have one of the best quarterbacks returning, talented. Again, you know my saying, you got to prove it every year. So, but I think that South Carolina, they always got talent. They just got to put it together. I think this is one of the years for them. So, yeah, South Carolina, numero 5.
No doubt. Kinetic, who you got number 5?
Number 5 for me, I've got Alabama.
Bama.
I don't think that they're. I don't think that they're going to be as strong as they have been in recent years, but I don't think they're going to fall off. This is year 2 under DeBoer. I think there was some roster divide last season. I think now it's his team 100%, and I think that we're going to see him sort of take control of it. I don't think they win the SEC this year, but they are going to be in the top 5.
Got you, no doubt. And for me, at the number 5 spot, I'm going with Vanderbilt. No, I'm going with Ole Miss here at number 5. I think they're going to be the 5th best team in the SEC this year. Kinetic, let's go the other way. Who you got number 4?
Number 4, for me, I've got Florida. I think that I think Florida and Alabama are basically like A and B, but I like DJ Lagway. Bama just today named Simpson their starting quarterback, and I just think Lagway is going to take a step this year that Simpson isn't quite there. I really like Florida's roster top to bottom, so I think they're going to be number 4 on my list.
No doubt. Maniac, the 4th best team for you, sir.
So I'm going to go with the Tigers of LSU.
The Tigers. Go
Tigers.
Tigers.
I think Brian, listen, man, Brian Kelly's he's under that hot seat, right? Again, I don't know what's his buyout, so I don't know if it's reasonable. If they have a down season, they'll get rid of him. But the point is, I think they're talented. They are returning one of the better quarterbacks in the SEC, Nussmeier. And again, we said that earlier in the show that everything starts with the quarterback. LSU is another program who always recruits at a high level, athletes all over the field. I'm expecting Brian Kelly and LSU to make a run this season and possibly be a sleeper into the playoffs.
No doubt. My fourth best team, I'm going to actually agree with Maniac here. I think that LSU is the fourth best team in the SEC this upcoming season. We'll see what happens, though. Maniac, who's your third best team?
So coming in number 3 on the top 5 SEC, I do have Roll Tide, Alabama.
Okay.
I'm going Alabama again. They're gonna have a hell of a secondary. Their defense is gonna be good. They are coached by a very good coach, one of the best in the nation. You know, Kalen DeBoer. You see everywhere he goes, he wins. He filled in the biggest shoes in history. He had to fill in for the GOAT and nearly made the playoffs. So, I think this year they get it done. They get over the hump. The only question mark is going to be the quarterback. I believe it's going to be Ty Simpson. Again, he has to prove it. We haven't seen much of him, but I think Alabama is definitely going to be a playoff team this coming season. Hence why I have them number 3.
Right. Kinetic, who you got as your third best SEC team?
I've got LSU here, and it's pretty much all the same reasons that I like Florida. I just think LSU is the same reasons. They're just a step ahead. Garrett Nussmeier's at a more advanced place in his career than DJ Lagway. Their running back, Durham, the wide receivers, they've got Harold Perkins on defense. I just think top to bottom, they've got one of the most talented rosters in the country. I think the biggest thing holding them back is the head coach. But if he can figure that out, he's got the roster to go all the way this year.
Kinetic, hold on. Somebody pull up boot. Yeah, there you go. Read that, Maize.
LSU would have to pay Brian Kelly $61,738,333 if they fire him before December. After December, it drops to $42.5 million.
Woo!
Yikes! So he's gonna be there. Basically, is what you're saying.
Yes.
As hot as that seat may get, it's just gonna have to be hot.
Those buyouts is crazy, man.
No doubt.
Hey,
go ahead.
I know we're doing the SEC thing real quick, but I just want a quick commercial break here. Our guy Brady Smigel just made the Rivals 2025 preseason high school All-American offense.
Congratulations to Brady Smigel.
Go blue, baby. That's what we like to see.
Absolutely. Right here, this might shock people. I got Georgia at number 3. I just don't believe in Gunnar Stockton. I know they got better at receiver. That was a problem for them last year. I think they were at or near the top for drops a season ago. They picked up Zachariah Branch. They also got the other guy's name is escaping me, but they got better at receiver. The defense is going to be tough, but I just don't believe in the quarterback.
Who else?
Yeah, I don't believe in the quarterback, so I got Georgia at number 3. Let's get it. He said, "You did it again." What I did.
Oh.
What I did. Hit that road, get in touch. Detroit people should know that song. All right. Anyway, Maniac, number 2 team. Who is it?
So my number 2 team is your number 3 team.
Okay.
Georgia. The Bulldogs. No. Excuse me. No. My iPod. The Longhorns of Texas is my number 2. Again, I believe Texas is the favorite to win the SEC. I'm definitely picking them to beat Ohio State week 1. I think it's going to be a hell of a game. Obviously, a game that could go either way. I could see OSU winning that game as well. But I think, Texas needs to get over a certain hump in the SEC. And that kind of gives you a foreshadow of who's going to be my number 1 team. But, yeah, I'm going Texas. I think Steve, Sark, they have a lot to prove this season. They're talented defensively. They're talented offensively. They can have probably a quarterback who might be the future to win the Heisman either later this season or even next season. But I'm going Texas Longhorns. Hook 'em horns.
No doubt. Real quick. I'm sorry if I caught that man Smeagol again. My bad. Also, I agree with GT 1010%. It's disappointing that his name isn't pronounced Smeagol. So much could be done with that, bro.
Yes.
We could be out here. We need the precious. When he gets a ring, all of that. Yes. He's missing out on an opportunity. Brady, I want you to know, Joe Theismann changed his last name pronunciation from Theismann to Theismann in hopes that it would enhance his Heisman Trophy candidacy. Granted, he went to Notre Dame. He didn't win a damn thing, but he did that on purpose. Think about it. All right. Is it my turn or no? It's Kinetic's turn.
Oh, Kinetic. Yeah, number 2.
Yeah. So my number 2 is Georgia. I'm gonna need Maniac to make sure you write your name on your paper and stop copying off of mine. It's Georgia. I personally, I think LSU has a better roster, but I think Georgia's much better coached, and I think Kirby Smart is the X factor that puts them at number 2 for me. I think that they probably lose to the Longhorns, but I don't have them losing to any of the other teams this year. So I'm putting Georgia at number 2.
No doubt. Here we go. I have Alabama at number 2. I think they bounce back in a major way. Ryan Williams is the second best receiver in college football. That secondary, I think, is arguably the best in college football. We'll talk about that, I'm sure, during the season. But right now, Alabama, my number 2 team, which means I'll go ahead and start this one. I have Texas at number 1. I think Texas and Arch Manning win the SEC. I am an Arch Manning believer. And I believe most in Arch Manning in week 1. If you get my drift. But no, I think Texas is stacked and Arch Manning is primed to take the reins as the next great Manning quarterback. That's my belief. Maniac, who you got at number 1?
Yeah, Georgia. And the reason being that, again, they the defending SEC champions. Kinetic mentioned it. They have the best coach in all of college football currently, and Kirby, right? They bring in, I think it's 3 or 4 starting defensive linemen back, a veteran cornerback. So they bring in a lot. Obviously, the quarterback position is the question mark. How good can Gunner be, right? I remember in the SEC championship, that safety from Texas, he hit that dude so hard, his soul left his body at least for 10 seconds. I don't care what anybody tell me. Bro, that was, oh my goodness. But man, oh man. But he's you got to go Georgia, man. Texas, they had 2 cracks at Georgia. They lost both of them until Sark could show me he could get over that Georgia hump. I'm going Georgia.
Georgia. Kinetic, you round out the top 5. Your number 1 team is who?
It's also going to be Texas. I think that they listen. I'm not necessarily an arch believer, but I'm not an arch hater. I think you're buying into the Manning name because you rooted for a Manning for so many years to do what your team couldn't do and take down Tom Brady. I think that's why you're hyping him up so much.
What?
But Texas has one of the best teams. They've got one of the better coaches. I think they're going to go in week 1 to Columbus. They're going to go up against a team with a soft defensive line, and some an uncertain quarterback, and they're gonna come out of there with a win. Just kick off their season. They're gonna beat Oklahoma. They're gonna beat Florida. They're gonna beat Georgia. I just don't think any team's stopping them.
Yeah,
they were my pick to win the championship last year. Maybe I was a year ahead of time. I think they got it this year.
I think Antoine Johnson makes a good point right here. He said, I don't agree with Kinetic, but he might add a best list this time. Antoine Johnson might have a point right here. They did lose their starting right tackle, I believe, before the season started.
Yeah, so they bring it back. They lose 4 starters, and the OSU. Oh, but they O-line. They lost starters.
No. I know that, but they just lost in the offseason. Yeah, okay.
Season. He got injured.
Yeah.
I mean, there's question marks for both schools week 1. Like, stop just making it about Texas O-line. Y'all got question marks too.
That's
yes, them guys, they replacing our blue chips just like you, OSU. So what's the problem? But anyway, we gonna save that for another day. But I'm gonna tell you this, and I know they're gonna say boo this man, and y'all gonna throw tomatoes at me. I think the national champion comes out the SEC this year.
Buddhist man.
So what? Like, what are you saying? Like Texas beats Penn State or something?
I think either Texas or Georgia wins the Natty, or even
Who are they beating though? Who are they beating?
They're gonna beat Michigan by a field goal in the Natty. No. I'm just trolling. I don't. It's tough, Kinetic, man, because realistically, when the playoffs last season, the 12-team playoff, we knew Notre Dame could make it, but realistically, Notre Dame ain't making it to the Natty, and they did. We knew OSU, as long as they could put it together, they could be there, and they did. They put it together at the right time. They made that run. They won the Natty, but Notre Dame, they did beat Georgia, which was inconsistent. I give them Penn State, but they had, to me, one of the most overrated quarterbacks, 5-star quarterbacks. Let me put that. And Drew Allard. Yes, to me, he's just a good quarterback. There's nothing elite about Drew Allard. Please, it's not trolling. It's talking ball. Yes, he has an NFL type on, but name me a game, guys. I'm talking about Kinetic, the chat, Maize, that you say, wow, yo, Drew Allard's a problem. Please point me to that game.
I think he's good. I don't think he's ever made the leap to being great.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. He's good. I'm not saying for a 5-star, he's trash. But in high school, it's
damn it.
Truth. It's the truth. He's not, bro. We've seen J.J. McCarthy. We've seen C.J. Stroud. Shit. Let me ask you this. Who's a better quarterback? Honda McCord or Drew Allard?
The Honda McCourt.
Absolutely. So there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. So he can't. If people were shitting on Honda McCord, saying he was this, he was that, and he better than Drew Allard, at least
I will be giving my immediate post-game reaction to the Michigan State game at the conclusion of this one. It's a shellacking, by the way. Poor little bro now. However, on more important business, I'm here with an exclusive interview from Penn State quarterback Drew Allard, and he's going to talk about that disappointing loss he took today at the hands of the other state. Drew, can you tell us a little bit about your performance? Looks like Drew doesn't have much to say. Shout out to Drew.
Amazing production value back then, Maize.
Absolutely.
That was an amazing interview, man. That's all I have to say. And it depends, right? If it what kind of offense they're gonna run this season. If I'm Penn State, I'm gonna lean on my veteran running back, Singleton and what's my other guy's name? With a K.
Allen.
Right.
Katron Allen.
Katron Allen. Them two. These guys, on paper, the most experienced running back group in the Big Ten, bro.
I think Allen's overrated.
Who?
I think Allen's overrated. I like Singleton, but I think Allen's overrated.
I get what you're saying. I'm not saying these guys are elite neither, but they have a ton of experience and they good. And you know, in the Big Ten, you know that Big Ten football kinetic is about running the ball, right? Not every team is trying to be Ohio State. Penn State is very similar to Michigan. They the generic version of Michigan. That's what Penn State is.
I mean, listen, I've said it before, and people have called me crazy. I think that Justice Haynes and Jordan Marshall are going to have a better year than Katron Allen and Nick Singleton.
And that's possible. I won't debate that. I won't debate that with you. That's a possibility, right? But I'm just speaking on what we have going into the season, right? You got to give them the edge based on experience and based on what they've done on the field. I get it, whether they're good or not, whether they still got the experience. So let's see how they look going into the season. I will lean on them. Lean on them, dudes. Lean on me. You got to do it. You got to do it. So we'll see what happens with Penn State.
Real quick, shout out to Ryan Holes on the road tonight. He gifted 5 more Maize Madman memberships. Be sure to thank Ryan Hole. Anybody who got one of those memberships for sure. Garrison has joined the live. He makes a point here. That's not the one that I wanted. This one is it. Drew Aller was better against Oregon. He made some good throws. He did I will give him some credit against Oregon. In that game, he made some really good throws. But that said, they lost.
Yeah, and again, he did make some throws. Yeah, the throw where they was holding on to him. You know, he got that. He has an NFL body. He has the prototype quarterback frame, the arm. Yes, he made good throw. That's one game. It's one game. Like, name me another Drew Allard game that you said, wow, at least Wahanda McCourt, that game at Notre Dame in South Bend, he drove them the length of the field and won the game for them with 2 fourth down throws. So Drew Allard hasn't done nothing to me, honestly. Yes.
Comment of the night.
He's talented, but he has to prove it. This year might be the year. He might say, yo, Maniac, hush your mouth. Look at me over here. Hey.
Hey. Comment of the night. Dom won comment of the night, ladies and gentlemen. Garrison, I'd like to be your campaign manager. Shout out to Dom, who always calls Garrison a politician. Shout out to that, man. Hey, look, ladies and gentlemen, Lich, come on up.
You gotta hit the button to put yourself on stage, Lich.
There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Lich Max did a great job tonight. Fantastic job tonight, Lich Max. This is your first run. You knocked it out the park, sir. It's only gonna get better from here. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, especially like once I'm on my computer, it'll be a lot smoother. On my phone, it's hard to click the right button sometimes.
No doubt. Corey, you did also call him a politician. I don't know where the genesis was. The fact is, you guys call him a politician. That's all I'm saying. Shout out to Garrison, though, man. Lich, tell the people where they can find you, what you got going on.
You can find me at LichMax626 on X, formerly Twitter, on Twitch and on YouTube. You can also find me over at the Gamer Sideline on Saturdays. It's a podcast that me and Kinetic started, talking football, talking video games, and the combination of the two. This Saturday, we're going to be talking about our first reactions to the release of Madden 26. So you don't make sure you check that out so you don't miss it.
No doubt, 1000%. Kinetic. Tell the people where they can find you, what you got going on.
Everywhere at Kinetic615 here on the Maize Madman channel, and like Lich Max just said, over on the Gamer Sideline. And again, guys, I would just ask if you're able to check out the GoFundMe link. It's in my X profile, pinned at the top.
Yes, sir. Maniac, tell the people where they can find you, sir.
Man, first of all, shout to everybody that was in the chat today, man. Thanks for the support of the channel. It's appreciated. Thanks for everybody who sent a super chat. It's absolutely appreciated. Lynch Mac, shout to you producing in the back end. You did your thing. Some things we could tweak a little here and there, but it was the first time we did good. Again, you know, my brother Maize, man, for giving us this opportunity to share the stage with him. Kinetic, like he said, guys, if anyone could support, the GoFundMe link is in the chat. Please support my brother there. Good dude. And right here, man, GoBlue_Maniac_24 on Instagram. That'll lead you to all my other social media outlets.
1000%. You guys know where to find me at Maize Madman everywhere. Before I get out of here, I want to share this with y'all really quickly. This week, tomorrow, be here. Bluetooth live call-in show for y'all. I'm doing this for y'all. All right. 7 o'clock, I believe I set this up.
Yama.
Bluetooth call-in show tomorrow. Wednesday, members only M3 Q&A. Ask me whatever you want. We will be here members only. And 10 people got new memberships tonight. So I expect to see y'all there. Members only on Wednesday right here on the Maize Madman channel. And then Thursday, definitely be here Thursday. We got a legend, ladies and gentlemen. The one, the only Dr. Billy Taylor will be joining us right here live to talk about his life, talk about Michigan football. He's been through a lot. It's gonna be a good one. You're gonna want to be here for this. And then Friday, of course, there's nothing. All right. My daughter has a birthday. I will be celebrating with her because this is actually her very last week before we drop her off next week at Virginia Tech. You see this? I got the little hokey thing up here.
It's funny you mentioned that, man. This past weekend, man, you know, I had brunch with my sister. She lives out in New Rochelle, and her daughter, my niece, next week as well, she's going to UConn. She's going to be a Husky. So
yeah,
they're going to be moving. You know, just seeing her, I'm like, damn, bro, my niece. I said, listen, you behave yourself over there. You know.
Shout out to Dom. He's a nice banner. No doubt, man. Dom created that banner, actually. Dom's been working on a logo as well. Dom is the man. I appreciate everything that he does for sure.
I got one question before we get. I got one question for Maize before we get out of here.
Yes, sir.
On your way to Virginia Tech, y'all gonna be jamming out to some Metallica?
So we went to the little parent student thing, whatever it was. It was hot as hell, but whatever. We went. And they actually it's actually an exercise to get ready for, you know, Into the Sandman, whatever. So we had to participate and jump and get ready and all of that. Interesting. But no, I mean Metallica's in a playlist. I'm sure it might come on. Who knows?
I'm sure I probably just stole someone's question from the Q&A.
You did.
Not Metallica. What's the number one alternative group all time? What's their name?
Number one alternative group all time.
They one Sabbath? Of the ones.
Nirvana.
Nirvana. Oh. Smells like Teen Spirit. I love that.
Oh, that's grunge.
Yeah, but if you actually listen to the lyrics of it, it makes zero sense.
I don't care. Absolutely. I don't care what sense it makes.
Exactly.
Hey.
Mace, it's caliente.
Hey, Mace, can we sign off with this this quick little video here that I put up on the stage? So this was put out. This was a story that my guy Thor Nystrom over at fantasylife.com put out after talking to JJ's private quarterback coach. I forget his name off the top of my head. He put out this story, and then Swanky Wolverine put a video with it. It's a quick little clip, and I just want to play it for everyone in case they haven't heard this story.
There's an interesting story about J.J. McCarthy's eye black. Since college, McCarthy has only not worn eye black for 3 games, all the games versus Ohio State. JJ's quarterback coach, Greg Holcomb, asked him after one of those games why. JJ told him it was because he wanted Ryan Day to see his face after he kicked his ass.
I like that.
Hey, yo, first of all, Kinetic, don't be trying to push your Viking propaganda here either, all right?
Hey, come on. That was about Michigan beating Ohio State.
I'm messing with you, man. That was dope. All right. Anyway, follow me everywhere at Maize Madman. You know the slogan. Until next time, stay angry, my friends. I'm upset.
Ladies and gentlemen, this might be our best season ever. My ratings, they're about to go through the roof.
All right, now I'm gonna calm down. So I just don't get that all that Maize and that lock and all that fun. I just don't get it. So and how the
oh my God, we're shutting the damn live down. Good night, everybody.